Okay, so recently I came across something that sounds absolutely insane at first, like kind of the thing where you read it and think there's no way that's true. But I looked into it, ran the numbers, checked multiple sources, and yeah, this is legit. Here's the claim: you can fly your entire family to Japan, stay in Tokyo, visit Disneyland Tokyo for multiple days, and it will cost you less than taking the same family to Disney World in Florida. I know, it sounds like clickbait nonsense, like, sure, Jan, I'm going to fly halfway around the world and somehow save money compared to driving to Orlando. But stick with me here because the math actually checks out and it's kind of blowing my mind. The reality check. So let's just establish something right off the bat. Disney World has gotten obscenely expensive, and I'm not just talking, oh, pricey. I mean, genuinely, shockingly, mortgage payment level expensive. As of 2025, a one-day ticket to the Magic Kingdom can cost up to $199 per person. That's for one park, one day, and if you want the park hopper option to visit multiple parks, add another $85 to $95 per ticket, and that's before you factor in hotels, food, parking, lightning lane passes, and all the other nickel and dime extras that Disney has become infamous for. Let's break down a typical Disney World vacation for a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 kids, according to multiple travel analysis sites. The baseline cost for a 5-day, 4-night Disney World trip in 2025 is around $7,093. That includes flights from within the US, a stay at one of Disney's value resorts like Pop Century, 5-day park tickets, quick service meals, a couple of table service dinners, and lightning lane passes for 2 parks. And here's the kicker: that's the budget version. If you want to stay at a moderate resort like Coronado Springs, you're looking at closer to $8,000. And want a deluxe resort like Animal Kingdom Lodge? That jumps to nearly $10,000 or more for 5 days. Now, let's talk about Tokyo Disneyland. And by the way, when I say Tokyo Disneyland, I'm really talking about Tokyo Disney Resort, which includes both Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo DisneySea, 2 completely separate parks. DisneySea is legitimately considered by many Disney fans to be the best Disney park in the entire world. It's not even close. Here are the actual ticket prices. A one-day ticket to Tokyo Disneyland or DisneySea costs between 7,900 and 10,900 yen, depending on the day you visit. In US dollars, that's roughly $55 to $68. Listen to that again. $55 to $68 for a full day of what many consider to be the best Disney parks on the planet. Disney World charges $119 to $199 for a comparable ticket. Tokyo charges $55 to $68. That's less than half the price. Actually, at the high end, that's less than a third of the price. So you're probably wondering, what's the catch? Is it a knockoff park? Is it terrible quality? No, in fact, it's the opposite. Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo DisneySea are known for being meticulously maintained, incredibly clean, with cutting-edge attractions that don't exist anywhere else. We're talking rides like Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast, Journey to the Center of the Earth, and the brand new Fantasy Springs expansion featuring Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan areas that Disney fans are literally flying across the world to see. So, why is it so cheap? 3 main reasons. First, Tokyo Disney Resort isn't actually owned by Disney. It's owned and operated by the Oriental Land Company, a Japanese corporation that licenses the Disney brand. They run it independently and don't follow Disney's aggressive American pricing models. They focus on high attendance and guest satisfaction rather than maximizing per guest spending. Second, cultural expectations. In Japan, theme parks are considered affordable, friendly entertainment. The pricing reflects the cultural value system. They're not trying to be exclusive luxury experiences. They want families to be able to afford to visit regularly. Third, the exchange rate. Right now, the US dollar is stronger against the Japanese yen than it's been in decades. As of late 2024, the yen hit the lowest value against the dollar since 1990. That means your dollars go significantly further in Japan than they used to. All right, now let's get into the real numbers, because obviously you can't just look at the ticket prices. You need to factor in flights, hotels, food, and all the other stuff. Let's do a side-by-side comparison for a family of 4 taking a 5-day vacation. Disney World. Flights, domestic average, $1,600 for a family of 4. Hotel, value resort, 4 nights of Pop Century, $160 a night, equaling $720. Park tickets, 5 days standard, $1,900. Food, Budget to moderate, $180 a day times 5 equals $900. Transportation, Mears Connect, $118. Lightning Lane for 2 days, $480. Park souvenirs miscellaneous, $500. Total, $6,218 to $7,000 or more. Tokyo Disney Resort. Flights from the US to Tokyo, $600 to $1,200 per person. That's $2,400 to $4,800 for 4. Hotel, mid-range near resort, $150 a night times 4 nights equals $600. Park tickets for 4 days, $67 a day times 4, $268 per person, equaling $1,072 total. Food in parks and convenience stores, $80 a day per family times 4, $320. Transportation, airport shuttles and trains, about $150. No lightning lane needed. There are much shorter lines there. Souvenirs and miscellaneous, $300. Total, $4,842 to $7,242. Here's where it gets interesting. Even at the high end of Tokyo flights, let's say you're paying $1,200 per person for flights, your total is still competitive with Disney World. And in many cases, especially if you can find good flight deals or you're flying from the West Coast, Tokyo is actually cheaper. If you're flying from Los Angeles or San Francisco, round-trip flights to Tokyo regularly run $500 to $700 per person during off-peak times. From the West Coast, a Tokyo trip for a family of 4 can easily come in at $5,500 to $6,000 total. That's $1,000 to $1,500 less than Disney World. But even if the costs are roughly the same, you're getting so much more value in Tokyo. Here's why. Food costs. At Disney World, a quick service meal costs $15 to $20 per person, and that's just the entree. At Tokyo Disney, you get a full set meal, rice, protein, vegetables, drink, and dessert for $10 to $13. Many Disney fans report spending half as much on food in Tokyo compared to Disney World. Hotel quality. A $150 a night hotel near Tokyo Disney Resort is typically comparable to Disney's moderate resorts, which cost $280 to $370 per night at Disney World. You're getting better value for your money. No hidden fees. Tokyo doesn't have the lightning lane upcharges that Disney World has that have become basically a necessary evil. The crowds are better managed, the lines move faster, and you don't feel like you're being nickeled and dimed at every turn. Better attractions. Now, this is subjective, but many Disney park enthusiasts rank Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea as the 2 best Disney parks in the world. The attention to detail, the unique attractions, the overall quality, it's phenomenal. And here's the thing nobody talks about. You're not just going to Tokyo for Disney, you're going to Japan. Tokyo is one of the most fascinating cities on earth. You've got incredible food, amazing culture, historic temples, cutting-edge technology, and experiences you literally cannot have anywhere else. So while you're there for Disney, you can also explore Shibuya Crossing, visit ancient shrines in Asakusa, eat world-class sushi at Tsukiji Market, and experience a completely different culture. Disney World is in Orlando, and I'm not knocking Orlando, but let's be honest, if you're going there for Disney, that's pretty much it. Maybe a hit Universal, but you're not exactly getting a rich cultural experience. With Tokyo, you're getting a world-class Disney experience, plus one of the world's greatest cities. That's insane value. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? And it is, but let me be real about the downsides. Language barrier. Not everyone in Tokyo speaks English. The parks have English signage and cast members who can usually help, but navigating Tokyo itself can be challenging if you don't speak Japanese. That said, translation apps have gotten really good, and Tokyo is extremely tourist-friendly. Flight time. You're looking at 12 to 14 hours in the air, potentially with connections. That's a lot for young kids or people who hate flying. Disney World is probably a 2 to 4 hour flight for most Americans. Jet lag. Tokyo is 13 to 17 hours ahead of US time zones, depending on where you live. Jet lag is real, and it can eat into your first couple of days. Plan accordingly. Different experience. Tokyo Disney is distinctly Japanese in its approach. It's more orderly, more polite, and the theming incorporates Japanese elements. If you're expecting an exact replica of the American parks, you'll be surprised. Though honestly, that's probably a feature, not a bug. Planning complexity. Booking a Tokyo trip requires more planning than Disney World. You need to navigate international flights, potentially getting a visa, though US citizens can visit Japan visa-free for up to 90 days, so that's a lot. Figure out Japanese train systems, etc. It's doable, but it's a little more work. Look, I'm not saying everyone should skip Disney World and go to Tokyo. If you live in Florida, you have young kids who can't handle the flight, or you're just not comfortable with international travel, then Disney World makes total sense. But if you're on the fence about it, if you're looking at that $7,000 to $10,000 price tag for Disney World and thinking, is there a better way? Then yeah, Tokyo is absolutely worth considering. The fact that you can have an incredible Disney experience, visit one of the world's greatest cities, and potentially spend the same or less money than you would on a domestic Disney trip, that's remarkable. It's mind-blowing, actually. Even if Tokyo ends up costing you a few $100s more than a Disney World experience would have cost you, the overall experience you get in return is so vastly superior that it's probably still worth it. You're getting world-class Disney parks, incredible food, fascinating culture, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So, if I've convinced you to at least look into this, here's the strategy for making it work. Book flights early and be flexible. Flight prices to Tokyo vary widely. Use Google Flights, Kayak, or Skyscanner to track prices. Flying midweek is usually cheaper than weekends. Consider flying into Haneda Airport instead of Narita. It's much closer to Tokyo. And stay off property. Don't stay at the official Disney hotel. Stay at one of the many partner hotels or nearby hotels that offer shuttle service to the parks. You'll save hundreds of dollars and the hotels are often nicer. Use convenience stores. This is a game changer. Japanese convenience stores, 7-Eleven, Family Mart, Lawson, have incredible, cheap food. I'm serious. Grab breakfast there before heading to the parks. You'll spend $5 to $10 instead of $30 to $40. Visit on the weekends. Like Disney World, Tokyo Disney uses dynamic pricing. Weekdays are significantly cheaper than weekends. Plan your park days for Tuesday through Thursday if possible. Don't skip DisneySea. If you're going all the way to Tokyo, you have to visit Tokyo DisneySea. It's genuinely the best Disney park in the world. Fantasy Springs alone is worth the trip. Build in non-Disney days. Since you're in Tokyo, spend at least 1 or 2 days exploring the city. It's not just about maximizing Disney time. You're in one of the most incredible cities in the world. Take advantage of it. So, there you have it, the Disney hack that sounds incredibly bonkers but is actually legit. Flying to Japan to visit Disney can genuinely cost the same or less than going to Disney World in Florida, and you get vastly superior experiences in return. Is it for everyone? No, but for a lot of families who are serious Disney fans, especially those on the West Coast or those who love to travel internationally, then this is probably a no-brainer. Disney World has priced itself into luxury vacation territory. If you're going to spend $7,000 to $10,000 on a Disney vacation anyway, you might as well get your money's worth. And right now, that money goes a lot further in Tokyo than it does in Orlando. So do your own research, run your own numbers, and see if it makes sense for your family. But don't write it off just because it sounds crazy. Sometimes the crazy ideas are the ones worth pursuing. And hey, worst case scenario, you end up in Tokyo with amazing ramen, incredible sushi, and some of the best theme parks on earth. There are worse problems to have. I'll see you later.